CNN News First Alert meteorologist JD Dishroon here. And as we take a look at our forecast for the next few days, we do have some big changes on tap later on tonight and into tomorrow with a cold front pushing through. That could bring us the chance for some isolated showers, but more importantly, and what most of us will notice, is the big drop in temperatures as we go throughout the day. We topped out at 78 degrees today, and we're going to continue to watch that be the highest temperature we see until we get to at least Sunday. Our morning low is 47, and will be much cooler than that as we get into tomorrow evening. Right now, we're looking at 77 degrees, a beautiful shot of Midtown Atlanta there. You can see the beautiful sky in the background. Blue skies, cirrus clouds, just a very comfy evening. Winds light out of the west, about 10 miles an hour. Gusting, though, a little higher than that. And we'll notice the wind become an issue tomorrow after that frontal passage. Meanwhile, as we take a look at what you can expect for the next 24 hours, it's going to be some changes. So we're looking at 77 degrees right now in Atlanta, 75 in Covington, 73 in Griffin, 76 in Rome and LaGrange, even 70s in the North Georgia mountains with 70 in Helen and 71 for folks up into LJ. With these warmer temperatures, pollen has been an issue. So if you have any major allergies, you've definitely felt it out there, mainly the trees. And as we go into the next few days, we do expect that to drop just a bit due to the colder air that's going to be rolling on in. But I do expect that pollen count by Sunday is going to be back up into the high category. So let's look at our temperatures heading overnight. Temperatures are dropping. That's not a shock. We typically see that during the overnight hours, cooler temperatures working its way in. So as you wake up and walk out the door tomorrow, we're going to be noticing temperatures in the mid to upper 50s. The difference is tomorrow, the temperatures will not be rising. We'll be seeing temperatures continuing to fall because of that strong cold front that's going to be sliding back and down into the area. So as we take a look, you can see lows tonight already going to be in the 40s as you wake up tomorrow morning in Rome, LJ, and Blairsville, 49 in Carrollton, 57 though in Covington, 56 in Griffin, 58 for folks into Eatonton. We do have a first alert weather day tomorrow due to the colder air and the winds that are going to be moving in. Notice though we have a chance of precipitation in the morning, about 30%. Could give you a sprinkle or two if you happen to be an early riser or have an early morning commute. I think though by the time we get to 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, precipitation is done. We're going to be clearing out and the winds are going to be picking up as well. So these say highs for tomorrow. These really are going to be more of what's your late morning, early afternoon temperatures, because the high today is pretty much going to be just after midnight as those temperatures continue to fall overnight. So by about the noon hour tomorrow, just looking at 51 degrees here in Atlanta, still holding on to the 60s east of the city just because we do have that front still sliding through the area by that point. But overall, it's going to be a pretty cool and blustery day. In fact, by 10 o'clock tomorrow, we do expect to see those winds about 20 to 25 miles an hour in terms of a gust, and they only increase as we head throughout the day. So 30 to 35 as we head towards 1 in the afternoon, and then gusting possibly 40, maybe even 45 as we head into the evening hours. So it'll be a very windy day for tomorrow. If you don't even feel the wind walking outside, you will feel it on the way home from work. So if you drive a higher profile vehicle, just keep in mind you will feel that wind starting to kind of push you back and forth, particularly if you're going to be driving up and down 400 or 85, since those are the two interstates that are really going to be parallel, or I should say perpendicular to the wind. Now that wind though is also going to be bringing us some colder temperatures. In fact, as we take a look, you can see heading into Friday morning, our western counties are under a freeze watch. So this does include Heard, Carroll, Douglas, Cobb, Cherokee, and areas to the west, including our Alabama counties of Cleburne and Randolph. So this is going to be for temperatures possibly back to around and below freezing. So let me kind of pull that up for us as we get into tomorrow. So notice the temperatures will be dropping as we go throughout the day and then heading on in. Let me go ahead and pull this out just a little bit into Friday morning. You're going to notice those temperatures are going to be sliding back into the 30s. So that's going to be a very cold and a very different start than what we've been seeing. And unfortunately, that means you're going to feel the effects of that. I'm trying to get the graphic to kind of pop up here. But it's going to be extremely cold, especially for this time of year. I wouldn't be surprised if that freeze watch is expanded as we go into Friday morning into a freeze warning, and then maybe a few frost advisories are going to be issued there as well. So you can see on the map here, Friday during 5 a.m., we're going to be looking at maybe 36 in Rome, 36 in Carrollton. So it's definitely going to be a nice, change for a lot of folks who are enjoying that colder air. They want one last touch of it before we get into the spring season. But unfortunately for a lot of us, we're just ready to leave the freezes behind. So, hopefully this will be one of the later ones that we do see, but can't promise it quite yet. So just kind of keep that in mind. Meanwhile, as we take a look at your 7-day forecast, you're going to see that for the most part, we're going to be dealing with that cooler air briefly. The great news is by the first time we get into Friday, so that's going to be our first official full day of spring. Tomorrow's the first day of spring. Friday's the first 24 hours that we have of it. You're going to notice those temperatures warming up to 64 degrees in the afternoon, 71 by Saturday, and then by the time we get into Sunday, we're going to be looking at 78 degrees. So a beautiful weekend here. By the time we get into Monday, 68 with a chance of showers, and then as we head on in towards Tuesday and Wednesday of next week, we are going to be seeing some very nice temperatures as we go into really the middle of next week. So not a very active pattern out there, but as we take a look, we could see a little bit of shower activity as we go into tomorrow morning. We do have some folks asking us about the rain potential in the morning. I really think it's going to be such a small chance of rain as we go into the morning hours. I think the majority of us are going to be staying dry out there. And Jesus is asking about severe weather. We have no severe weather on the horizon for at least the next 10 days, so we can't really look beyond that. But I can tell you it's going to be pretty quiet as we go throughout the next 10 days into the beginning of April. So that's some good news there. And then I'm slowly trying to pull up the rain chance for tomorrow morning. As I mentioned, it is a small rain chance, but we've got some people asking, so let me try and get this in here for you. There we go. Notice by 5 a.m., go ahead and pull it back a little. We do have that nice little line that's moving through. This is not a line of thunderstorms by any chance, and this really isn't a line of heavy rain. It's just really going to be more of the chance of some steady showers briefly. What you will notice with these showers, though, is the wind that's going to be rolling in behind them, because this obviously is the cold front moving through. So it makes its way into Atlanta by the time we get to about 4 o'clock. Same for Marietta and Alpharetta. And then by the time we get into 5 o'clock, already pushing towards Gwinnett, Rockdale counties, Henry County, and then Athens, and then Conyers by the time we get to 6 a.m. And then it moves out. So, maybe a few isolated showers on the backside of it. But I think for the most part, the best rain chance is going to be in the afternoon or the morning, with just a slight chance of rain by the afternoon. Now, the next chance of rain is going to be Monday after that. We're going to be seeing the European model gives us a decent chance of those showers pushing on through. Notice by 2 o'clock in the morning, we start to see on Monday, that is, a few isolated showers. The Euro has the best chance of rain coming in for the rush hour. I would take this with a grain of salt. It's 5 days out. It's going to be a little off on timing, and then it starts to move out by the time we get into the afternoon. So not really a big rain event as we get into Monday, but that is the next potential opportunity out there. So, basically, our rain chances tomorrow, very few and far between. We're not going to be seeing much in the way of sustained rain. Rain amounts are going to be extremely light. And then we just have beautiful sunny skies Friday into Saturday and Sunday. So I hope you all get out and enjoy the weekend. We're going to be seeing a very beautiful Saturday and Sunday out there as well. So get out and enjoy it. Otherwise, it just looks like we're kind of dodging raindrops tomorrow and Monday. Have a blessed evening. We'll be back later on tonight on TV and streaming again for tomorrow morning.